Salute everybody. Salute. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration on the Still Swinging podcast. Drill music, the culture, the rappers, and the music. Salute. So we have started a new YouTube sector called the Switching Lanes sector. And we have different content creators that belongs to the sector. So if I could get everybody to come through and show support to the content creators that's in the sector, because at the end of the day, it's all about support, and we want to support each and every one. So a big shout out to Just Me TT. She done her demonstration earlier today. A shout out to Perk from Vino Entertainment TV. She done her demonstration today. Shout out to Miss Parker. She done her demonstration. And now we're going to end tonight's demonstration off with Tommy's demonstration. And Tommy is representing the Still Swinging podcast. Take it away, Tommy. I'm going to drop down in the chat. I'll come up periodically. If you need me, just holler.
All right. Good evening, everybody. And welcome to the Still Swinging podcast. And once again, I'm your host, Thomas. And this evening, right, I wanted to touch in on what's going on with our kids and what's going on out here with this music, the way it's driving the culture, how it's pushing us backwards instead of forward where we need to go, and basically how we got here. You know, look, just build with me for a second, family, and just build with me, walk with me for a minute. Understand what I learned growing up in the hood. This is how we got so emotional as people. We grow up so close in the hood, right? Because women are so social. Mom is at her sister's house with all the kids. If you ever notice, if a man lives there, his side of the family don't come to the house that much. You build with your cousins on dad's side at grandma's house. They don't just stop over. But always, here come one of mama's sisters. So naturally, you always closer with mama's side of the family because they always around. Whenever they do something, it's together. We always together. So in essence, your cousins become more like your brothers and sisters because that's how much you're all around each other. Your aunts always talk to you like they your mama. If my aunt decide to whip my butt, my mama ain't gonna say nothing. That's how it was. Now couple that with her friends who always stopping by with their kids. Then you got your friends from school and from the neighborhood always stopping by. So in essence, in the hood, you become very close. But that closeness is an illusion. Now, peep where I live today. There are a lot of men involved in middle-class America. So y'all are not as close. Y'all don't supposed to be that close. I didn't know that though. Shank Rock, think about it. In every house or apartment where a man lived when we grow up, you couldn't just stop by there and chill out in there. You couldn't just stop by there and decide you gonna hang out in their house. Think about it, Mr. Billy. You know, at Cool House, you couldn't just hang out in there unless only way we was inside of there was if Mr. Billy was at home. You know, and it's just like that with the men. You dig where I'm coming from? In every house where a man live in there, it's order. All right, it's rules and regulations for that house. But like at most of our house where it was just women, yo, people was just coming and going, and that's how we got so close. That closeness is an illusion. You understand? It's like this thing, right? Where we so involved with each other that we are a lot closer than we need to be. Like friends need to be friends and family need to be family for a reason. Okay? When people say blood is thicker than mud, they say that for a reason. Because you're supposed to hold your family in the regard that a lot of us hold our friends in. Why? Because that's how we grow up. And the closer to the poverty line you are, the less space you get, right? So we get even closer to each other, all right, because we live so close, all right? Like in middle class America full of men, all right? Middle class America don't run like that at all, all right? Men are valued in middle class America. Men are hard at work in middle class America. Men get a special place in middle class America. Men are providing in middle class America. Men are very involved in middle class America. That's why middle class America is not so emotional. Middle class America get ran by men. Lower class America represent the black community. Lower class America represent the black community. A lot of black families live where I live. All right, many black families live where I live. All right, but they don't make it to TV. Why? The men are here. Nothing special going on here. All right, the men are hard workers, not emotional roller coasters. So it ain't no drive-bys. The women only booty pop for their men. They not doing it for the gram. They are married to serious men. Okay, all these houses here around here got men in them. I'm talking about all of these houses, all of these condos, townhouses, they all got men in them. So it's structured different. These kids out here are the generation who was raised with no men. So when you go, when you go and understand, if I can convince you to take the men out of the house, I can get the structure out of the house. If I can get the structure out of the house, it ain't no discipline here. Okay? By the time mama realized she can't handle this, it's too late. We ripping through this house like we own it. We do whatever we want here. Because there's no boundary set here that I'm going to respect. As a young teenage boy who listening to this music and thinking I can really live like that. You understand? Because as a kid, I was real emotional. All right. And I didn't know what my father used to mean when he used to say, boy, you emotional. Tighten up. You can't act like your mama. It ain't gonna never work for you. It was hard for me to understand what he meant. Because whenever I would try to explain myself, he would say, boy, they excuses. Ain't nobody never gonna take an excuse from you. That's the way my dad talked to me. Understand, I don't remember nothing my father ever bought me. Only remember the things he told me. Because the things he told me is why I'm still alive. The things he told me is why I thrive. Don't take for 1 second what I'm taking from my mama. My mama raised a go-getter in me. Because this how my mama talked to me. My mama told me, boy, if you plan on being a loser, don't go around telling people you my son. That's the way my mama talked to me. My mama used to tell me, don't bring that cute shit here. The only cute man is a successful man. Tommy, I don't care if he got Billy D. Williams' penis. If he ain't got a job, he got to take it to another chick. That's the way my mama talked to me. So I grew up with the understanding that I had to be something. That I couldn't be a failure. That I couldn't be a loser. I tell my sons the same thing. If you plan on being a loser, don't go telling nobody you my son. Because I'm investing a lot here and I expect a lot. All right. Yo, my sons wouldn't go and do a drill. And I know a lot of your sons wouldn't go and do a drill. But they get advertised. Our sons don't get advertised. Here, my son ain't gonna get advertised. Why? You can't rep where I live. You gotta rep the hood. The hood get repped. You understand? The hood get the props. The crazy things that's going on there get the props. Only in our culture do the lowest of the low get to represent us as a people. You understand? Why? Because that's what we support. When it come on the radio, when it come on TV, we support it. We support it with our attention. We support it with our time. We support it with our resources. So naturally, the rest of the world think this what we all into. Family, that might not be your personal kids out there drilling, but them kids that's out there drilling represent your kids when they show up, whether you like it or not. Listen, us as a people, we got to start dealing with the world the way it is, not the way we want it to be, not the way it should be. Stop talking like that, okay? Because with the state of our kids, to see our people focusing their attention on trying to cancel Shannon Sharpe, when our famous kids dying by the week, because if he do a drill, he'll get 1 million likes. If he do a drill, he'll get a bunch of views. Family, they could put a stop to this. But why would they put a stop to this when we support it so heavily? We don't support the best and brightest of our women. We don't throw our support behind them. We throw our support behind the Real Housewives. We throw our support behind the Love and Hip Hop women. And y'all know they don't represent all women. They don't represent the best and brightest of us. They represent the, you see what, you can give them whatever and look how they gonna act. That's how they gonna act. That's the people who they send to represent us. Why? Because we support it. We support it with our time. We support it with our attention. We support it with our resources. In middle class America, they got a lot to lose. In my neighborhood, it's not turned up. Yo, my sons hang out at Starbucks. Starbucks, that's funny to me because where I'm from, it ain't no Starbucks. And if it's one nearby, you sure can't hang out there. That you ain't hanging out there. That ain't happening. But let me tell you, yo, it's so many black families in middle class America. Now, my community is diverse, but it's populated by hardworking, well-doing black people. Trust me, it's a lot of East Indians, Caucasian people, but it's mostly black folks who doing well. But we don't get highlighted. You know why? Ain't no shots going off around here. It ain't turned up around here. They got great schools around here. The community involved around here. It's real community. So they don't highlight us here. We don't get to represent our people because we don't control our image. If you stop pointing the camera at drive-by shooters, they'll stop doing it. If you stop liking it and viewing it, they'll stop putting it on. If you campaign to get that music canceled, yo, I ain't never been an advocate for nothing like that in my life. But the way it's going out there, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it, family. Somebody got to campaign for their lives. Because you see, they not going to do it. They our children. And what is this? What's going to happen with the next generation if they leading it? Yo, we need a change. We need a serious change, an effective change. We need it now. I don't never, ever want to feel the way I feel right now ever again about the state of black children and their future. It's looking crazy. All right. Listen, when your son show up somewhere, he represented by some image that some people got of some kids riding down the street, hanging an automatic weapon out the window and just letting it go into a car. They think your son will do something like that because they the images that represent us here in America. They the images that the media let represent us around the world. That's why the world got such a low opinion of us. Because we support this. This is the stuff we support. This is the stuff we don't want to give no attention to. You want to go and cancel Shannon Sharpe because he hurt your feelings. Meanwhile, your kids dying in the streets, in the gutter, and people looking at us like they want to cancel Shannon Sharpe. And their kids riding up and down the street, shooting each other, dead. I'm talking about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. These the games they play. They don't play hide and seek no more. They play drill. It's for your life. They need to do it for the clout. They need to do it for the gram so they can get famous. Because somebody told them this how you can get famous. And you know ain't nobody regarded in the black community like a celebrity. You know, our kids think that's the only way to truly be successful. If you could be on TV. If you can't be on TV, you don't count. That's what they believe. No matter what you do, if you don't come on TV, you don't count. That's how they think. They shouldn't listen to you if you ain't got 500,000 followers. Where did they get this information from? Who gave them this information? Don't blame it on the internet if you know you didn't give them better information. See, let me explain something to you. Today, we had to push the live back because because my son's football game was out of town and I had to take him out of town and I didn't judge the time correctly. And I didn't want to do this in the car riding back from my son's football game. Anyway, they lost. My son started flipping. He picked up his helmet and slammed it on the ground. How you think I felt about that as his father? He not about to represent me like that. Well, he had done that if they won. Yo, I hopped up out the bleachers. I walked down to where he was at. And I said, face, you pick that helmet up right now. You fix your face. You don't, Dad, I was going through something. You know, I didn't play my best game. I don't care if you played your best game or not. I understand you had a bad game. But what I don't understand is why you got a bad attitude because you had a bad game. You too emotional, boy. Tighten up. He really believed because he had a bad game should excuse his behavior as slamming the equipment on the ground. No, it don't excuse your behavior. And if you let him get that thinking that what he going through should excuse his behavior, expect them to start doing something crazy like drilling. Because it's once he can let his feelings lead him around, boy, don't expect great things from him. Because we as men know his feelings ain't gonna never work for him. He got to deal with his logic and his reasoning if he going to navigate this world as a black man and stay out of trouble and be successful. He ain't going to have the kind of breaks other kids going to get. He going to have to really be good. He going to have to really know something. Don't let them talk that rap stuff to you. I was sitting by this lady. And we was talking, and she talking to me like I need to go above and beyond the call of duty because my son Mike can go to the NFL. That's how I know she talking to her son. So I'm trying to school her and drop jewels by using my son. I said, ma'am, I know my son good. I know my son can play. If that's for him, that'll be for him. But I can't allow him to think that way. I gotta keep him knowing that if he never played football professionally, I'ma still need him to win in life. I'ma still need him to be successful. I'ma still expect a level of excellence from him. Okay? I can't have him buy into a program with 500 jobs that 12 million kids every year trying to get these 500 jobs. Surely by the numbers, most of the kids never gonna get to live that life. That don't mean your son wasn't good enough. It's just simply not enough room for all of them to have a job. The rest of them gonna have to do something else. And they can't be drilling when their rap dreams ain't gonna come to fruition. They can't be drilling when their hoop dreams ain't gonna come to fruition. Bro, you gotta build them some hope. You gotta build them a better way, a better day. You gotta put them in a space where they don't feel hopeless. You gotta tell them to stop repping the ghetto. It's one thing that you gotta live here, but it's a whole nother thing that you think you should be repping it. You know how low the bar is for living in the ghetto? This how low the bar is for living in the ghetto. It's only one requirement, that you be poor. If he just got out of the penitentiary from doing 40 years and some outlandish stuff, he not gonna come and live around here. He gonna go and live in the hood. He gonna go and live where the poor people live. Bro, I challenge you to work your butt off. Do whatever you gotta do to put your family in a better space. But the women, you gotta support these men. You gotta support these men. You gotta give them something besides your attitude. If you want him to win, if you say you really his biggest supporter, why you don't want to prove it? If you say you black men's biggest supporter, prove it. You say you love black women with a passion, prove it. Take care of them. So we can take care of the children. So we can build a better image. So we can have a better day. So we don't gotta keep fighting each other for who better than who. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna get it. Bro, if we can't stand together for our children, it's over for us. If we can't even stand together for our children and come together and say that music is destructive and we need to put a stop to it, what are we doing? That music is destructive. Bro, did you see Bloodhound Jeff, that drill rapper? I think he lost his life the week before last. Young Dolph was last week. You know, like every week, one of them getting a drill ran on them or being accused of doing a drill. That's what they doing. That's what they doing because that's what people told them they need to do right now to be famous. Listen to them talk. You ain't really got had no talent. That's how they talk. Because they know all you really got to do is really do it. Then they get on these songs. They brag about what they doing, but no arrests ever get made. Due to knowledge. The police know who done it. This what they want our kids doing. So they can keep blaming the problems going on with our social issues on our own children. Who gonna get the blame? The people that raised them. Because the people that raised them too busy worried about Shannon Sharpe hurt their feelings. So they want to cancel Shannon Sharpe. Meanwhile, their babies running up and down the street shooting real guns at each other. They don't have much to say about that. They don't want to cancel that. They not up in arms about that. They up in arms about Shannon Sharpe because he hurt their feelings. I just want to know, what is it going to take? What is it going to take to get the men back in power in our community and lead a better way? Listen, ladies, some of y'all, I'm not talking to y'all. Yo, listen, I'm talking about the ones there's still some hope for. Not the one, listen, ladies, I'm not talking to you ladies who know it's over for you and listen. They're going to give you bad advice, ladies. Your men love you. Your men love you. Your men want you to support them. Your men will do right. Your men will do right by you, but you gotta really support them. Listen, ladies, I know you think a good woman is a woman who won't cheat on a man. When I had women who never cheated on me was the worst women in the world ever to me. Never cheated on me was the worst woman ever to me. Listen, he needs your support. Damn your love. Give him your respect. Give him your respect. He gonna hold that in a way higher regard. I remember having this conversation with my mama, and when my mama said, boy, you think I married your daddy because I loved him? I said, of course, ain't that why you married him? She said, no, I didn't marry your father because I loved your father. That's not why I married him. She said, I married your father because he had a job. He was cute. The rest of the girls liked him. And then I got pregnant. It was a no-brainer, Tommy. But I wasn't in love with him. I said, Mama, really? You just said it like that? She said, yeah, that's how it was. I stayed married longer than all of them girls that married for love, though. She said, Tommy, I was married to your father for 11 years. All them women that married because they were so in love, they was done in 2 years, in 3 years. I stayed married way longer than all of them that married for all of that love, Tom. That's the way my mama talked to me. My mama could get out of her feelings and do the right thing. My mama was built different, and so was my grandmama. See, my aunts, I knew their husbands. My aunt's head was married. My mama was married. My grandmama was married. Big Daddy bought my grandmother that house. My stepfather bought my mama that house. I bought my house for my wife. You see how I go when the men around and the men involved and the men lead? What you think I'm training my sons to do? You think I'm training my sons to lose? Or you think I'm training them to win? I'm getting them ready for this cold world. That's unforgiving, especially when they his color. He gonna have to be good. He gonna have to be better than everybody else. He gotta know he competing for everything he get. He gonna know he gotta lock in and do what he gotta do, because I don't take excuses. I take progress. But that's what men do. That's what men do, ladies. Don't go to the drill culture and get those men and have them represent us. No, because those men really don't represent us. They represent us on TV, but they don't represent us in real life. These men around here, they represent us. Men like myself, who wouldn't dream of losing, who wouldn't dream of letting my family down, under no circumstances. I'm about the things I say I'm about. I go over my man's house, good friend of mine. He still live in the hood, but I needed him to do something for me. It's 5 o'clock in the evening. He in the bed, knocked out sleep. I wake him up. He told me he ain't feel like getting up. He was tired. He ain't get to bed till late. Bro, you know when the last time I felt like it? Bro, that's why he still live in the back room at his mama house on that same block. Because he think he can go around doing whatever he feel like. How many ladies you think gave him babies? How many of them babies you think he take care of? How many of them ladies take any responsibility, or they just call him a deadbeat? When you had a baby by him, when you knew he wasn't taking care of the baby he had by her? But you still think somehow you shouldn't have to take none of the responsibility. That ain't the way it's going no more. That's over with. That's over with. You choose them. I don't want to hear about them. You choose them. Don't come telling me nothing crazy about them. All right. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't think you know victim. You ain't going to get me to believe that. Stand up, man up, woman up. Let's get these kids together. Bro, let's get this drill culture out of our community. Bro, I seen this family. I seen this clip today. It was a bunch of white middle-class American Caucasian kids singing King Von. Got a drop on this flexing. He from Tennessee. They were singing it word for word. My son brought it to me. And I said, you know the difference between them singing this and a bunch of kids where I'm from singing this? He said, what's the difference, Dad? I said, when they go outside, that life not available to them. When I went outside, that life was available to me. That was the difference. See, if my son go outside, drill culture not available to him. He talk about a drill, they gonna look at him like he crazy. Ain't nobody around here drilling. All right, that ain't happening. Because see, the men in their lives, the men right on top of them. It ain't no way they gonna go do nothing stupid like that. Because there's rules and regulations around here. There's rules in my house. They not negotiable. They ought to be followed. I got them in place for a reason. It ain't because I want to be a tyrant. It's because I need them safe. It's because I need them to understand the structure and be able to respect authority and not get in their feelings when they get checked. That's how the police pull out their weapons and start doing crazy stuff to our kids because our kids so emotional. I don't need them to be right. I need them to be alive. But when he ain't used to being checked and then somebody check him, he get offended. He get offended because he act like a woman. Who gonna check me, boo? He got that attitude. He got the attitude of a woman and don't know it because he masquerading as a gangster when he ain't a gangster. You don't need to be a gangster. You don't need to be getting yourself in a world of trouble. You need to be a man. Be a man. Stand 10 toes down and who you are. Be you. See, we gotta make these. We gotta make these rules and have these and have them and have the power to enforce them. In our own houses first. Bro, the way I ran through my mama house when I was a teenager, you would have thought that was my house. It needed to be a strong man there that I respected. And when the strong man that I respected showed up when I was a young man, he told me, get out. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I got out and I knew I was on my own. And I've been taking care of myself ever since. You see the guys, most of the guys that nobody ever told them to get out, they still there. They still there. Go check that block at how many of them still there. Still live in that same house. Still live in that same basement or that same bedroom that we lived in when we was kids. I'm 50 years old, family. We all had the same thing. Not much. But I know what my father told me. I know the things my mother instilled in me. I was going to win. I was going to win because I ain't no loser. Yo, losers got excuses. Losers do loser stuff. Losers do stuff like go complaining about Shannon Sharp when their kids riding up and down the street, slaughtering each other. You see, that's emotional people who really don't know what's real from their emotions. How did we get this emotional? We got this emotional from being so close, closer than we was ever supposed to be. See, you don't know he no good because we just running in and out of each other's house. Then when stuff start coming up missing, you understand why Mr. Billy don't let people just run in and out of his house. Everybody not your family. Just because he go and do a drill with you, bro, you know that he'll go and do a drill with you in a heartbeat. But I'm going to tell you, he ain't coming to visit you in the penitentiary. He going to keep it moving. So do the drill make him your friend? Do the drill make y'all as close as y'all want to believe y'all are? Bro, when I hear these old dudes get on here and start talking about gang banging and giving all of these prison stories, bro, I gotta turn the channel. How you older than me, bro, and life ain't taught you nothing? You still telling them to rep the hood. What hood, bro? Why do they need to rep this trash? They need to get away from here. Why you think you don't live in the hood no more? You know, I hear these J Prince, Whack 100. Oh, they start talking and I be like, bro, why are you talking like that? Bro, you don't live in the hood, bro. You live in a mansion. You know that. Why you telling these kids that? You rep the hood, but you live in a mansion. J Prince don't live in Fifth Ward. Whack 100 don't live in Gardena. Bro, they got ranches in acres. Bro, they don't care about the effect this having on the children. They want to be this. They want to be this. So at my age, I know better. I know I got to watch the things I say. I know I got to always make sure I make sense to them. Because if it makes sense, they eventually won't be able to deny it. But it got to keep making sense. It got to keep getting told to them. Some of them, it's too late for them. We ain't gonna rein them in. But a lot of them we will. Shake Rock, you remember we used to be sitting in the basement, in Pee Wee basement, getting loaded, get ready to go do something stupid. Somebody made the suggestion to go do something stupid. The rest of us don't want to be the one scared. So we gonna go with, but bro, I'm talking to the ones who don't want to be the one that's gonna be scared. Bro, you scared for a reason. But the reason is because what you get ready to do is stupid. You supposed to be scared right now. You about to do something that don't make no sense. And when it don't make no sense, you shouldn't do it. Bro, we gotta stand up against drill culture. Bro, I'm against censorship. But our kids don't need that. They don't need that. Bro, they desensitized us to this, to the point we expect one of them to die. It ain't a big thing when one of them die. They gonna get 1 million likes. They desensitized us to the slaughtering of our own children. My question is, what we gonna do about it? Nothing. We gonna go whine about Shannon Sharpe? Family, we gotta do better than this. We gotta do better than this. I gotta blame the generation that raised them. Our generation. Our generation. We was the generation that told the women that our generation is the generation that told the women they didn't need men. Our generation was the generation that told the kids, yeah, don't go to school, sling crack. Our generation was the generation that gave them Eazy-E and NWA. Our generation birthed this music. Gangsta rap. Our generation got a lot of the weight to carry. Our generation owe these kids a lot. It's time we give them what we owe them. Who gonna save the babies? Who gonna save the babies? Thanks for joining me. I appreciate y'all once again. As always, thanks for spending your time with me. I'm glad y'all came out. I love y'all. Still swinging out.
Salute, Tommy. Appreciate that excellent demonstration. Remember, everybody, it's time to build. Remember, the new sector to the YouTube streets is the switching lanes sector. We're calling all content creators to help us grow the sector. We're calling all subscribers. We're calling everyone. We're calling people that's active in the community. You don't have to actually be a content creator to actually help make the sector grow. You could be an activist. You could just be a regular subscriber that wants to participate. And as Tommy said, wants to do something better to help uplift our community. So exactly what is the switching lanes sector about? How can you make a difference? It's very simple. It's very simple. Just bring what you got, bring what you bring to the table. If you are a content creator, bring your content and help us grow our content, and we'll help you grow your content. And you could have 20,000 subscribers. You could have 1 million subscribers. You can have only 1 subscriber. It's no big you, little I over here in the sector. We're just tired. That's all. We're tired. And we want to come together to try to make a difference. And I do believe that if we come together, I do believe that a difference will take place. I can't tell you what the difference will be. I can't tell you the whole layout of things, but I can promise you, if we just come together and support each other, if the content creator is doing a live demonstration, pull up. Give your greetings to that content creator. Give your greetings to the chat. Give your greetings to the moderator. Hang around in the chat. Be active in the chat. If you got any social media platforms, share that demonstration to your social media platforms. If you are a content creator, share that demonstration of the other content creator to your community wall. Remember, it's not about whether or not you like the content creator. It's not about that. It's about supporting, and it's about helping, because it's going to always be something about somebody that you just dislike. I don't want to say it's human nature. Maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, because I beg to differ. See, we program ourselves to have these toxic mentalities. Well, you're going to die of something, so I'm going to just eat what I want to eat. What God got for me can't nobody take. I don't really care if people don't pull up, and I don't really care if people don't support me. Nah, we don't want that type of mentality. When God created man and woman, God said that they must and they should work the earth, work the soil. He immediately put them to work. A man or woman that don't work don't eat. Even though the Bible say a man that don't work don't eat, but we in different days and time now, so we got to include the women in on a lot of these things. If a man or woman don't work, they don't eat. Well, as content creators, if we're not working our craft, if we're not working our content, then our content won't eat. We won't eat. But see, I'm going to go a step further. If we don't work our content, we're failing the people. The content that we're making is for the people in the first place. Tommy gave this demonstration in hopes to reach someone. Perk gave her demonstration in hopes to reach someone. Miss Parker, Just Me TT, they done their demonstrations in hopes to reach some people. So is it the people's fault that we're not getting the content to them, or is it our fault? And this is for the content creators. That's why I say we got work to do. We got work to do. But the 4 demonstrations that was done today, it was three. The 3 demonstrations that was done today lets me know that it can be done. And I had an opportunity to listen to all 3 demonstrations. No, it's 4. I was right, it's 4. Miss Parker, Tommy, Just Me TT, and Perk. It was 4. And I listened. And I said, wow. That's what I always say when I listen to y'all. Wow. Their message has to be put out there. But I understand the algorithm, and I understand the negativity over the positivity. So I understand it. And when you understand it, then you're able to say, okay, we got to work. So I just want to thank Tommy, Miss Parker, Perk, and Just Me TT. I want to thank y'all for hearing the call and taking heed to the call by stepping up to the plate. There are other content creators that have tapped in, and they're going to be having a time slot on next Saturday. So our first Saturday started out with just 4 content creators, but the second Saturday that's coming up, we're going to have a full house. So if you are a content creator and if you would like to pour up and help us and play your part in this new sector, just tap in with me on Instagram. My Instagram is ShankRock1218, or either tap in with Tommy, tap in with Perk, tap in with Miss Parker, or tap in with Just Me TT. This sector is for the community. This sector is not for one individual. This sector is for the community. So if you're a content creator and you want to participate in this new sector, pull up. I'm not going to hold y'all that much longer. Salute everybody. I appreciate y'all. And the content creators from the Switching Lanes sector, we will see you all next Saturday. I'll leave the chat running. If y'all want to hang around, that's fine. Salute.
I like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. All right, good looking out. Tinted window screaming after law out my mouth. I'm switching lanes from up north to down south. Now everybody trying to figure how I put it down. I took my show on the road straight out of town. Pee-wee is my nigga, so you know I brought some crooks with me. 1998, they tried to throw the book at me. Tell me what you see every time you take a look at me. A straight P, I only be where the hookers be. A old head, but still can pull any fly chick. One thing's for sure, you never see me ride a nigga dick. I got a thoroughbred who loves to call me pretty daddy. Through Alabama, getting hit in a pink caddy when I come through. Everybody knows me, the young niggas love me. They call me they OG. Go and do your homework about the shit that I spit. They gon' tell you that that nigga Shank is legit. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes.